Ooh-wee! What's going on, people? Hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to more esports talk. COD people, I have not seen you since we broke 200K. I just want to say a quick thank you to everyone from the Call of Duty community who's been a part of this channel. Truly, when it comes time for the esports side of esports talk, you guys have been a big reason as to why I'm here today, and you guys know who you are from the Discord chat, from Twitter, and all of you guys who help contribute to this channel and my content. A sincere thank you to all of you guys. Now, speak of the devil, though, flip side of the coin, when it comes time for crazy Call of Duty updates, one did drop last night, and one that I am particularly very worried about. We have long talked about the countless pro players, whether fined or not, that have publicly spoken up about this league and the game having a slew of issues and no changes relatively throughout the entire season. We've been in one meta. The spawns are still broken. The servers still have issues, and I understand when it comes time for accountability, that's a variety of sources to be held accountable for those variety of issues. But then, out of nowhere, with less than 2 months away until a $4.6 million COD Champs event, the biggest one we're going to see this season, and a gigantic one at that, when it comes time for first place, second place, third place, I don't know, all the places there besides, you know, couple last places getting $0. This is big money in a big event, and the fact they are now making a change that will drastically change the meta, that being an MP5 nerf, to me is a tad bit concerning, and I know you guys are not surprised. COD pros were not happy. As Octane first took to Twitter saying, we knew the MP5 needed to be nerfed, right? So we waited until the last 2 months of the game to do it, obviously showcasing the very common meme I'm sure you guys are well aware of. Simp also giving his response, which obviously FaZe members and a lot of top team members probably not going to be happy about this. Scraps even adding further saying, woo! Now I've probs got to get used to a new gun with 1.5 months left before competing for $4.6 million and online, crying emoji. He then responded saying, also the M4 is just as broke, should have just left it how it was. Teammate Dylan also adding further saying, would say I'm surprised, but nah, grind time for champs. A variety of other pros out there, yes, kind of making joking jabs. I wouldn't say anyone is too vocally upset, maybe for a reason I don't know behind the scenes, but obviously when it comes time for a month and a half away from the biggest event that many of these pro players have ever competed for, $4.6 million in the line, to change the meta, to even introduce possibly new weapons into the meta as well. MP7, Uzi could be a part of this game now on top of that. And yes, a lot of teams out there instantly look towards FaZe Clan as, whoa, they're going to be heavily impacted. No, this changes things for a lot of the teams out there, if not every single one. To drop this change, to me, the first thing I personally thought of, I, of course, always curious about your guys' insights on this one, is what sparked this change. Was there a complaint from 4 months ago that all of a sudden they're like, hey, we could change that? Or what was this for? And dare I say it, it's kind of a worry on the back of my head, maybe not the actual reason to it. Was this change made for a side game mode that's also making this Call of Duty a large portion of its income? Was this change made for Warzone? Is this a worry we're going to have in the future, albeit this Warzone will not be tied technically with the updates to the next Call of Duty, right? So, but are we going to have this conflict to worry with the next month and a half? Will this be the only big change? I think that's probably likely the case, but was this change made for the Battle Royale side of things? And of course, that too will impact the main game and the league as well. Were these changes made for Warzone and then of course had to be crossed over for the Call of Duty League on top of it? That's just the first thought that came to my mind, because it is a bit ridiculous. Now think of this other comparison out there as well. I understand pro players will be upset. They're not probably too pissed by this because luckily you got a month and a half to 2 months to actually get used to this new meta. That does not say this for the upcoming events, but for of course the big event, they have that time gap. This is something Epic Games would do in the Fortnite scene. Long ago this past year, over the past probably 12 to 18 months, Epic Games did this time and time again with these big money events. They would drop meta-changing updates, but they would do it the same week. Now, we do have upcoming Call of Duty events, but at least when it comes time for the big $4.6 million event, they have, you know, a decent amount of time to get used to it. But this does change the name of the game, which I'm very curious. Do you guys like this? Do you not like this? What are your thoughts on this? Because it is crazy. I cannot wait to see which teams adapt. And to Scraps' point, everyone else knowing it as well, has it been pretty much confirmed that COD Champs will also be online? Everyone's leaning towards yes. Would I love to see it on LAN? Yes. Either way, this changes things gigantically, guys. COD League has now made the biggest change of the entire competitive season, just a month and a half out from the biggest event, that being COD Champs. What do you guys think? As per usual, thank you all for watching. Until next time, you know what to do. I don't got to say it. Stay hydrated. I'll see you guys back here sometime soon.